Welcome to Transmissions Alt Mode, where we look at the latest comics and other media featuring the Transformers. In this episode, we have May solicitations, possible new Transformers game news, and Jeremy explains to us what Hasbro is up to in our infrequent business segment. Today is Friday, February 28th, 2025, and this is episode 431 of Transmissions Alt Mode.
Welcome to Transmissions Alt Mode, the podcast that likes to design our own logos, but never takes inspiration from 1930s era Germany. I'm your host, Daryl, the Cybertronian Beast, and I am joined by the excellent Transmissions team. Jeremy, aka Yakko.
Charles, when you edit this, I tried to stop him. I'm sorry.
Didn't try very hard.
That's right.
And we've got Scott, the illustrious Dr. Pants.
I did nothing, I'm sorry. Let's talk Transformers.
Scott was the lone voice of encouragement.
What? No, don't you dare. I want to come back to this show.
Anyway, we're going to start off the show with our Donatreons. We talk about them all the time. We like to advertise that our Donatreons are our most favorite people, and we'd like more people to be our most favorite people. And if you'd like to become a Donatreon, just go to transmissionspodcast.com/support, and you'll see all the different tiers that we have there, and you can become a Donatreon right there, or you can use PayPal to do it. It's pretty easy. We have a bunch of different tiers, like I said, but you can always join our Discord for free. A lot of people don't know that, and they think they can't join the Discord unless they become a Donatreon. That's a stinking lie. You can join it, and you can hang out with us for free. We're on there all the time. Come hang out. We're great. Well, the other thing we have going for us is a show called We Like Big Bots. We have no idea if we're going to do any more of those. Dr. Pants and I are on hiatus ourselves. It's like a little vacation, but there are 14 episodes in there, and they're really good. So check them out. They are for our Donatreons, and yeah, I think we've released a couple of them to the main feed. So if you are thinking about, maybe we've done at least one or two, I think. Yeah, Charles threw them out there. So if you like, maybe I want to check this out. I want to hear the rest of those things. You can listen to one or two of them in the main feed there and see what you think. But yeah, they are a web show as well. So if you become a Donatreon, you'll be able to check out the YouTube link and see them. We also have a show called Empire of Rust, and it is currently on hiatus because Mike got wind of what we're doing here at We Like Big Bots, and thought, you know what, these guys aren't doing much, and I don't want to do much either. So he got to put himself on hiatus as well. So but he also is putting out something called the Hate Plague. It's something like it's something like the Empire of Rust. I haven't listened to it. I feel like I need to I feel like I need some background information to get into it. So I'm a little behind, but check it out. It's you can get into it. It's on the main feed, and it's free. So you would get it a week early if you were a Donatreon. I feel like Dr. Pants is part of it.
Not the Hate Plague, just the regular when it comes off of hiatus.
Oh, good to know.
Also, you don't have to listen to any other Empire of Rust to start with the Hate Plague. It is its own unique, self-contained journey. So, Daryl, you should listen to it.
Seems like a trap.
No.
Yeah.
I think letting us do We Like Big Bots and then never doing any more was a trap of some kind.
It was back when we had lots of time. But yeah, anyway, so there's that. Empire of Rust, we've been told, is coming back. So if you're a fan of that show, don't worry, it's coming back. But yeah. And we've also got the comic that we did. This is the Transformers #1 from Skybound. This is 2 years old now, I think. 1 year old. How old is this thing? It's 1 year old.
It's a little
like a year and a half.
Yeah.
A year and a half. Yeah, that's where we're at. So it's a little older now, but this is still a first print. They just announced the 11th printing of this book. So, you know, I don't know what people are doing when they get, additional printings, but if you want a first print, we've got them. And it's a special printing with a special cover by E.J. Sue, who was one of the artists back in the Dreamwave era. He's awesome. So
he's still doing other covers for Skybound. I just saw he's doing one for Marvel for a book, and
that's right. He's got a Venom cover coming out in May. Yeah, he's got a cover we're going to talk about in the show in a little bit. So yeah, it's on our website www.transmissionspodcast.com/comic, and you can pick it up there. And we're still selling it for $15. And it's definitely worth more than that now, but we want people to get it, so we're selling it for what we've always sold it for. So pick it up. And lastly, we have a monthly Toy Hacks code, which is only got a couple days left on it. But if you'd like to save 15, is it the last day? Oh yeah, well there you go. Today's the last day.
We'll have a new code.
Yeah. So if you're listening to this and they're like, oh my God, I need to get something from Toy Hacks today, you can use the code Love Missions, because February is the month of love, and you can save 15% on your Love Missions code at Toy Hacks when you buy stickers for the one you love with Love Missions.
Is this supposed to be a play on like emissions, like vehicle emissions?
I think it's transmissions, Love Missions.
Oh, I just see the word emissions in there and think of like, smoke and exhaust. So,
yeah. ILOV emissions as well. Yeah. So yeah, if you're looking for something, if you miss it for February, we'll have something for March as well. So just stay tuned for that. Always going to have a 15% code for Toy Hacks. We love them. They love us. It's Love Missions, baby. Yeah. So with that done and said, we are going to get into the show with some comics news. All right, and we're going to start off the show by talking about May solicitations. And first up for this episode, we're going to talk about the May solicitations for May 14th. We're getting Transformers issue number 20. This is the second issue of the new run. I don't believe we have a writer attached to this yet. We do.
Daniel Warren Johnson, I think.
Yes. So, I mean, that's right. He's writing until issue 24. Never mind.
Right.
This is never mind. I just remembered that. So he's writing until issue 24. But this might be the new artist.
Nope. It says Corona. Yep. It says Corona at the top. So it's still the same artist.
I thought they had something new starting on issue 19. What am I thinking?
Maybe it was the artist specifically for 19.
Yeah, because I think 13 and 14 they changed up artists for that like 2-part Starscream thing. Yeah,
the Jason Howard one.
Yeah.
Anyway, we have there are going to be 5 covers for this one. I'm not going to get into the specifics of what the solicitation says, because that's kind of be a little bit spoilery. But I will talk about the covers a bit, because they've been talking about them a bit, just because there are a bunch of covers here. Cover A is like it always has been, is going to be a Daniel Warren Johnson cover. Cover B is Jorge Corona. Cover C is a 1 in 10 variant. This is also a connecting variant. So previously they've done 6 covers in a row that have all been connecting to form one giant image, and they've all been these 1 in 10 incentive variants. This one, cover C, is going to be by David Nakayama. He's a pretty famous artist, pretty well known. I've gotten covers by him for Marvel. He's done covers for DC, and he even did a bunch of art that my daughter showed me was in Fortnite. She showed me these images when she was loading up, and I was like, I know that art style. And then down in the bottom, I saw David Nakayama's signature, and I was like, holy crap, he's doing Fortnite art. So that was pretty cool to see. So if you're
Was that
interested in a
this one
connecting
here?
cover, I don't think that's him.
Okay.
I'd have to get it blown up here to see, but his may not be shown yet, just because it's a connecting. Let me see here. Number 19.
20.
He's on 20. I'm just looking at 19 here. Yeah, they've got 19 as a connecting, and they've got 20 as part of a connecting as well, and they don't have the image for 20 on the site that I use, so it's not there yet. But anyway, I know him as being a very talented artist. Anyway, continuing on though, there is a cover D by Howard Porter. I've never heard of him, but I'm sure he's got some cool art. He might be one of the other ones you've seen here with the jazz one. I don't recognize that one. And then there is a cover E by Simon Parr. So you can take a look at that. Next up, we have a solicitation for May 28th. And this is Void Rivals, issue number 19. Which is interesting because Transformers has now surpassed Void Rivals in its numbering. I find that humorous, seeing as Void Rivals started months before Transformers, and it's now past it.
They've taken a couple breaks.
Yeah. So again, I'm not going to get into specifics of the story. The cover that Jeremy's showing should give you some inclination as to what it's going to be about. So you watch the episode on YouTube if you want to see what the cover is going to be out, or check out the show notes and click on the solicitations. You can always read them yourself. Cover A is by Lorenzo De Fellini, or Felici. I believe he's been the artist on the entire series so far. Cover B is Connor Hughes. Cover C is another 1:10 ratio incentive connecting cover by Martin Moranzo. Very Italian name. And cover D is a 1 in 25 copy variant by Eric Cantillini. Another name I have a hard time with there. Cover E is a 1 in 50 copy incentive by Patricia Martin. Cover F is a 1 in 100 incentive variant by EJ Sue. So again, we're talking about EJ Sue. We mentioned him at the top of the show with our incentive variant. And then cover G is a blank cover that Skybound does every so often when they have something to I guess just to put an extra copy of our cover in there. So anyway, there's a lot of covers coming out for this one. No particular reason, I don't think, why this one's getting so many covers, but whatever. If something like there might float your boat, go ahead and get it. But anyway, that is pretty much it for comic news this week. Not a lot else to talk about with it. Like I said, we don't really go into the solicitations because it's a little spoilery. But if you wanted to, you can click on the show notes and dig into them. They will reveal some things that you may not want to know until you read the issue. So
I'm wondering, by the way, if that issue of Void Rivals is the start of them after another break. Because I don't know if it goes every 6 or every 7 issues. It seems like they take a break, so I'm wondering if it's them coming back. So it's like the first issue of a new section.
The one thing I will say is it sounds like it's a standalone issue. It doesn't particularly focus on any story beats that we've been going on. It's a one shot kind of thing. Anyway, that's it for comics news. We will move into media news.
All right. First up in media news, we have some Transformers Evergreen official character art images. These were done by Josh McLaughlin. We have Bumblebee and Cheetor, Alita 1, Megatron, Optimus Primal, Optimus Prime, and Shockwave. And the artwork's pretty good. There is a small blurb here by the artist himself talking about how he enjoyed working on these, and it was one of the first assignments he was put on in his professional career. But yeah, these all look pretty good. I'm always happy to see some Beast Wars characters in here. I am digging the Evergreen designs here. This artwork looks pretty good. It's faithful, but a nice change. It's pretty cool.
I feel like I've seen that Optimus everywhere.
The teacher who works in the room next door to me, who is a little bit of a Transformers fan, but not to the extent I am, he handed me a calendar. He's like, I saw this at Dollar Tree and thought of you, and it is all these Evergreen designs. I'm actually fairly certain that February is currently like that exact Bumblebee art that's right there. So
crazy. Yeah.
I mean, it's cool artwork, and I really appreciate it. It was nice to have a calendar that's so me in my classroom.
Yeah, it looks like they took the existing Evergreen designs for some, like, Optimus and Bumblebee, and just updated, small bits. But I don't know if we had any of the Beast characters. So
I don't think so. Yeah, I was gonna say I don't think we have either, and I'm wondering if they're throwing these in here because they're getting those figures in the ones you smash together.
Oh, the Mix Masters or whatever.
Yeah. I wonder if they're just putting art out there because those characters are like being used a little more frequently and stuff like that. But anyway, next up, some fantastic news. Transformers Armada is available to digitally purchase on Prime Video. So anybody who wants to watch Transformers Armada, seasons 1 and 2 are up there, along with, and I'm pretty sure we've reported this before, but animated Energon and Cybertron. So all kinds of good stuff up there. It's nice that there is a way to watch these things and you can own it.
It's not just Prime Video. It's like Apple, basically everywhere you could buy TV episodes digitally.
Ah, okay.
These are not on Tubi.
I actually think they might. Well, they were. They were on Tubi, I believe.
Are.
They might be. I just think this will allow you to have them, and you could probably download them to watch them, and also you won't have commercials then. And that is a big deal for some people.
I've had these for like 20 years.
But how, Daryl? How have you had these?
Armada was,
will give you my secrets.
Armada was out on DVD.
Yeah. I was talking earlier, like Energon is currently available to purchase at Walmart on DVD. It's like $30 for the whole series, so it's there. I'm just Cybertron had to have had some kind of release, right?
Mm-hmm.
I think so, yeah.
Yeah, and animated probably. It's just how easy is it to come by them physically? But anyway, there you go. Go purchase them if you want. And then some possible Transformers news. I don't know. According to Hasbro's latest report, Hasbro has partnered with the developers of the Warhammer 40k Space Marine 2 video game Saber Interactive on a new AAA video game based on a tentpole IP. This could be, G.I. Joe, Dungeons and Dragons. It could be any one of their IPs. It could be Transformers. I mean,
My Little Pony.
It could be My Little Pony. I would kill for a My Little Pony game developed by the guys who did Space Marine 2. That would be amazing. But I mean, it is also just the developers. It does not mean that it's going to be like Space Marine 2. But given how that game plays, they do give me a hint of the War for Cybertron, Fall of Cybertron games, and it could be cool if they do something with that. Again, we don't know. This, of course, is after a month or so ago they officially killed off Reactivate, so we weren't getting that game.
Well, I think they killed it off a long time ago. We just found out about it.
I was going to say officially, announced, it's dead. But so I don't know. Space Marine 2, of course, did very, very well this past year. A lot of love. A lot of people really enjoyed it. Those not familiar, third-person shooter, hack and slash. It is co-op also. So I would love to see them bring that kind of stuff to a Transformers game, even if it is the same old like third-person shooter, War for Cybertron stuff. Personally, I'd like to see a sequel to Devastation done by Platinum again, but that's me. Because I love Platinum games. But I don't know. We'll wait and see. Who knows? Who knows?
When I think of Space Marine, I go to StarCraft. I would love to see some sort of real-time strategy Transformers, but I know that I'm living like 20 years ago.
Oh, hey, real-time strategy's got a place. I mean, what, Civ 7 just came out, and that's. I mean, there's a place for it. There's a place for it. I will not agree with you because I hate real-time strategy, mostly because I'm terrible at it. I would prefer turn-based strategy, but that's me.
I've been playing through StarCraft. That's why it's on my brain.
I fight with my friends all the time because they're like, you should play StarCraft. I'm like, no, I don't want to. I'm going to be bad at it.
It takes me back to a happier decade.
That's fair. That's fair. Honestly, I would take just about anything Transformers related in a video game anymore, whether it's a third-person action game, a platformer. Heck, give me a dating simulator. I'd play that. I would play a Transformers dating simulator at the drop of a hat, actually.
Kiss Players, the video game.
Let's not go too far here.
A whole different category of game.
That's a... no, there's a category for it, but let's not talk about it on the show, and let's move on. Let's move on.
Okay. All right.
In our business section, let's talk about that.
Yeah, we're going
our
from
business. Let's bring in our transmissions business analyst, Jeremy.
Yeah, we're going from the video game stuff to the earnings report. This is the 2024 full year earnings. Not a lot of stuff here, Transformers directly related. But one thing I pulled out, I actually read through the PDF, and their licensing business has grown by 60% in the last 3 years. And I think we are seeing that with like the video game stuff and the just number of non-transforming Transformer stuff we're seeing out there, in addition to all their other brands. They had revenue of $1.1 billion, but that was down 3% when they took out when they take out all the E1, getting rid of that. They, let's see, had the Transformers brand was boosted by the Transformers 1 movie that was called out in there. The toy division was doing really well, and it was just, they called out the Transformers 1 really helped with the Transformer side of things there, so that was cool. They're in the growth brands here. I don't know if they left out Transformers. I don't know why they don't have it here, but these might just be like some of the growing brands like Magic and G.I. Joe and stuff. But they have this new strategy that the CEO talked about. That was like, it's called Playing to Win. It says they're focusing on profitable franchises, aging up. They say 60% of their audience or their customers are 13 and up, and that's us. So they're seeing that it's not basically the preschool age anymore. So they're going to focus on increasing the play and collectible appeal for 13 and up in their stuff. Everyone plays, so that is like, not focusing on boys' toys, girls' toys, stuff like that. They're trying to be more inclusive there. Digital and direct, which is video games and services and stuff. And then partner scaled, they are trying to really increase their licensing stuff. So here I have one of their slides talking about, their partners and stuff. And here we see like Skybound and Takara Tomy and, different Netflix, different movie companies and stuff. So it just, I find it interesting, but I'm curious as to how this is going to go with this new strategy. But we'll have to see. I haven't been extremely happy with the new CEO, but let's see. I think that is it. Not a lot of Transformers stuff called out directly in this, but what they did call out was good. Transformers One, obviously, from a Hasbro side of things, it was successful. It let them sell more toys. From a media side of things, I don't know. I mean, I think it got a second wind with streaming and digital release.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's not exactly the most exciting business report, but I mean, it does give us a peek behind the curtain, and yeah, every little bit helps us kind of understand what's going on.
Yeah,
it's every so often I find it is important to remind ourselves that this is a business that is running the Transformers brand, and you know, we are constantly being sold to. So, you know, as we are interacting with the design team now a lot more, you know, they used to be, you know, just faceless, designers that we only would kind of imagine who people were, you know, who were designing these things. Now we have names and, and personalities to go, to go with them. Right. And it's incredible, but they're still working for the massive company that, is constantly trying to get money from our pockets. Right. So it's important to kind of remember, that at the end of the day that, yeah, we might really like Evan and Ben and Stoner Jimmy Fallon. He's, they're all great people, right? They're all really nice and funny, and they're very talented designers and marketers. But at the end of the day, their end game is to get money from our pockets to to sell us toys and stuff, right? So that's the end goal for them, and a lot of times it works really well, because they design such cool things. But getting this small peek behind the curtain is kind of letting us know that they've got other things in the can here. They're trying to cook up other ways to get our hard-earned money, and it's not just with the toys. So yeah, anyway, thank you for that business read, Jeremy.
Yep.
As always, you're a keen observer of the business side of things.
I'm just more of an observer than you are.
I didn't observe anything. So yes, you are. Dr. Pants, did you have anything you wanted to add to that?
Not particularly. You guys covered just about everything there is. I mean,
that's great.
You guys did a great job. I have nothing to add.
All right, good.
Oh wait, no, I can add one thing. I love that they say, "Oh, Transformers 1 really helped."
Yeah.
Then why did you treat it the way you did?
Well,
make another one.
Marketing the movie was not Hasbro.
No, I meant more like they said, "Oh, we're not going to do any more movies like directly licensed by us or whatever, blah blah blah."
That was called out in here too. It was basically they're outsourcing that, so they're saving the money of the production in-house. So it's allowing them. Let me find the actual phrase.
Did they mention anything in there about the specifics of anything about Magic the Gathering? Because I think that's
there was
biggest cash
lots
cow.
There was lots of Magic stuff.
Okay. Yeah.
But in terms of the media, they reduced their content budget by 95% while increasing their active production pipeline for Hasbro IP by 15%, and took out over $600 million of costs from their
$600 million they removed from the budget.
Well, no, they saved by doing this.
Right.
Yeah. So the overall output is going to be more Hasbro IP. They're just not the ones that are going to be producing it. So I'm hopeful in that respect.
That's wild.
I think they need to get the marketers for Paramount and be like, what the hell were you thinking?
Yeah. I mean,
did you watch the movie before you made this?
Not that I want to get too far off of the topic here, but I am a bit of a Magic the Gathering player, and I know that community has is now very excited about all the new crossover events that are coming out for that brand. Currently, they are there's a new set coming out right now. That spoiler alert has art from Andrew Griffith in it. Unreal. You can buy Magic cards with Andrew Griffith art in it. Yeah, you can get
They
it.
are
Crazy.
The Universe is Beyond. Is that the crossover?
Nope. The set is called Ether Drift. And if you follow Andrew on his socials, he's been advertising about how he's got some cards in that set. Just FYI, I didn't want to go there to mention that, but it is also happening. But the fandom is a buzz right now with the Final Fantasy crossover that is coming, and
they're also
all of the other crossovers that are coming.
They're going to have a Magic play system, but with Spider-Man. So Magic is there's also apparently going to be animated Netflix series and live action film and TV.
Oh yeah, they're going to put some serious.
So Magic is a big brand for them.
Yeah. They've put some serious money into Magic the Gathering right now, and I think where we've seen Transformers kind of falter. They're saying, okay, well, we're going to put that money into Magic the Gathering because Magic the Gathering is just exploding right now. So anyway, I think Dr. Pants is getting pissed off. We should
No. I'm more upset because I have not bought Magic cards in a decade and they got me. I pre-ordered a bunch of the Final Fantasy cards.
Oh, sap.
Listen. They put my boy Cloud on a card. I gotta get it. So, yeah.
Well, that's a shame. Yeah, the Universes Beyond stuff is where you can get all that. They've done Doctor Who in the past. They did Lord of the Rings. They did Transformers. They did Transformers. Yeah, I mean, I bought all those cards. They did
Fallout.
What is it? Assassin's Creed, Fallout. They've done a bunch of them, and there's lots more coming. And so if you're into Magic the Gathering and you're into any of these other IPs, you're gonna have a bunch of the world is your oyster right now. But yeah, Hasbro is making a mint off of that little card game. Anyway, I guess we can end it there. There's always lots of business things happening with Hasbro because, like I said, it's a business, everyone, and they are going to try and sell us stuff regardless of of what quality and everything you think it is, but they're still going to kind of sell it to us. And we are going to move from there into convention news.
All right, we have one more TFCon Los Angeles update, which is March 7th through 9th, so it's coming up in just over a week. I guess a week from today. So Michael Chain, who is the voice of Hoist, Power Glide, Raoul, Red Alert, and Skids from G1, is going to be there. He's going to be in autograph panels. I believe it's going to be both days. So I don't know if it doesn't say it's his first appearance, but
I've met him before at a TFCon.
Yeah, I don't know if I've met him, but awesome to get another G1 voice actor there. Mm-hmm. That's all we got for convention news.
Cool. Right on. All right. Well, that is going to do it for this episode of Transmissions Alt Mode. like at the end of every episode, we'd like to thank our Donatreons for just being the best of all of us. They like to donate at the highest level, and we really appreciate them for it. So thank you goes out to John Forks Levengood and Steve C for stepping up and helping us out. You guys are the best. Thanks a lot, guys. And thank you, everybody, for sticking with us. Thanks, Dr. Pants, for hanging out and containing yourself during that and, not going off on a pants rant about Magic the Gathering. It was really appreciated. So,
listen, if the people want it, let me know. I will rant about anything they want.
Do you have anything coming up that you want to advertise or talk about?
Anything? March is March Madness on Nerdstradamus, where we do giant robot related things. I wish I knew exactly what we were all doing. There is some stuff planned, but Lord knows that some things crop up as the ideas hit. So make sure to check out Nerdstradamus. You can find us on every social media platform, but we're mostly on YouTube. So make sure to check us out there. Also, we have been streaming every Friday night. We've been streaming video games. And we have been playing through The Legend of Zelda Ocarina of Time Master Quest. So if you want to go there and watch me lose my mind, please watch. I have screamed to the heavens multiple times at that game. It's great.
Oh, boy.
Yeah.
Right on. All right. And thank you, Jeremy, for, running the board for me. Because I've never learned to do this. So... it's going to be another one of those things that you, Charles, are just going to throw at me and say, Gerald, you just got to learn to do it. And I'm going to begrudgingly agree at one point. But, anyway,
it's
thanks, guys.
Buttons.
I can't do it. But thank you, everybody, for hanging out. And we will talk to you later.
Bye.
See ya.
Thank you for listening to this episode of Transmissions. If you'd like to join the conversation, travel to our Discord channel at transmissionspodcast.com/Discord. Want some cool transmission swag? Feast your eyes on our transmissions gear at transmissionspodcast.com/shop. If you'd like to support our podcast, go to transmissionspodcast.com/support or tell your friends about our show. We'll see you next time.